Bain Capital has seen the economy's future, and apparently it is heroin addicts. So we all know Bain Capital is Mitt Romney's love child, where he's squirreled away millions of dollars at the expenses of hardworking Americans. It's a private equity firm extracting wealth from humanity by the billion. That's right, folks. And one of the things they're always looking for is a new profitable trend to invest in. And apparently the flavor of the month this month is heroin addicts. There's money to be made, and you'll be damned if Bain Capital isn't going to get in on that sweet, sweet gold. Boston Globe detailed this weekend how Bain recently snatched up a medical corporation capitalizing on New England's drug addiction problem and the public health emergency that's going on in conjunction with the methadone clinics that are being built in record numbers to treat heroin addicts. SMAC has emerged as a huge cash business in the region as of late, paralyzing Boston, the state of Vermont, where entire families are hooked in the junk. Now, to be clear, folks, this has been in the news recently, but if you look at the statistics and what's actually going on, this is not something that just happened overnight. This is something that's been building for the last 10 years, and I would argue that the rates of heroin addiction are maybe only slightly higher than they've been in the last 10 years. This is something that's been building, especially in Boston. I mean, you had these pill mills that were cranking out the Oxycontin pills and the Percocets, and people got hooked on them. And, they're moving over to things that are slightly cheaper, slightly, ironically, less regulated and easier to acquire, like heroin, because you need a doctor to go get your pain pills. And after you built up a tolerance to it, the best place to go is that street corner dealer. But this is not something that happened overnight. And I think there was a lot of willful ignorance on the part of public health officials and, the DEA. And, I'm going to blame the pharmacies, I'm going to blame the doctors, and I'm going to blame the prescription companies. I think overall, though, one of the most compelling facts here, though, is in terms of drug addiction, the amount of people who are addicted at any given time in the United States, all things equal, has stayed relatively constant. It's around the same amount. We see spikes for population growth and things like that, but that's not the problem here. The problem here is that people are investing in trying to make money off of this problem instead of looking at how we can better treat these folks. So, Bain brain truster Romney has done many other things. And so they purchased these methadone centers for $58 million from CRC Health Corp. And here's what they had to say. Heroin and prescription drug addiction is a giant problem in Boston, and it's a giant problem across the country, said General Barry R. McCaffrey, who served as drug czar in the Clinton administration and has been on CRC Health Board since before Bain was involved in the company. I wonder if there's a conflict of interest there. Methadone is often stigmatized, he acknowledged, but for some addicts, when it's used in combination with counseling and other treatments, the substitute drug makes a dramatic difference in their lives. So we are not talking about Bain investing in rehab centers or other proactive ways to help addicts get real help. What we are talking about is them investing in methadone clinics, which I don't know if you know about methadone clinics, but every month your insurance company or you have to pay out of pocket, or in some cases the government has to pay out of pocket to get that dose, those liquid handcuffs. And they keep you coming back, and they have no incentive to get you off of that stuff and to actually get you off drugs. They want you on it for the rest of your life. And people are told at these methadone clinics that after you've been on it for a certain amount of time, your quality of life is going to be better if you just stay on methadone for the rest of your life. And that is why Mitt Romney is in on it. He could care less about the actual people. He is just looking for his dollars because he's running a business, folks. Bain Capital is running a business.